Yeah, I'm live.
You're live?
I'm live.
So we're live on the website at hookingrugs.com, and we are live on Instagram, and we are live on Facebook, and I think we're live on YouTube. If not, it comes on YouTube right after. So, welcome everyone. It's a little early today because I have a little commitment this afternoon. So I thought I was going to do it yesterday, and then Robert said, my husband, Robert, said, no, don't do it the day before. People won't, they won't be there. And I don't know who's here today, but we just welcome you for being here. Thank you for watching. And some of you will be coming on at 2 o'clock, and you're going to find me already here. And that's okay. Sometimes I guess I got to be flexible. Even the lives, even Thursday live has to be flexible. So pardon me, Joe?
I lost it live. Oh, it's back again. No.
Okay. Sometimes it blanks out, I guess. So Joe had lost the live. Joe was watching the comments, if there's any comments. There'll probably be fewer comments today, but you can still make comments if you watch this after it's been recorded. And on our website, all you have to do is just write in your name and your email, and you can write us a note. And we do read them, and I'm happy that you leave the comments. It just sort of gives us a connection to our community. That's important to us. So I'm hooking today, and I took a beautiful trip this year to Sable Island. It's a very magical place. It's a hard place to get to. It was an hour-and-a-half helicopter ride, and right now I'm hooking the sand on Sable Island. And of course we have a yarn called Sable Island Sand that Angie dyes for us, and then I've mixed it with some other yarns, ones that I was using last week. What is this one called, Joe? The Earth one, the Wave. Is this? It's not Earth Wave, is it? This one here? I forget that. What's that one called?
Gerbena.
Oh, that was Gerbena, right. So we're using Gerbena as the sand. And of course, that's something interesting about all the names of our yarns. When we name a yarn, we just name it for one thing, but it can really do many things. Right now I'm using some velvet. And we've got lots of velvet on the website right now. And then I'm just going to pull out some gray.
Do you just want to say this is just a special one for today? This is not regular.
Yeah, this is not regular. Normally we'll be going live at 2 on Thursdays, just like we always do. Today we're going earlier, just because I have another commitment, and I'm not able to make it this afternoon. Oh, I'm just loving this. So one of the things that I did with this rug was I had a horizon line that was straight across, and I just decided that was not going to work, that I had to change my horizon line so that it was going to be grooving in. These were some of the pictures I took when I was on the island. Oh, this is my friend. I'll just take that out of there. So this was the water, so you can see how the colors, it's very Caribbean looking, and so you can see how I use those colors in the rug here, the turquoise and the blues. And then this was the landscape. This is a topical image, but that's sort of the color of the sand. The sand is actually much deeper than the colors that I'm using, but I'm not always, I always say truth or beauty. I'm going for beauty, and I wanted a color that the rug would, that the horses would stand out on. And of course the horses that I did were also, this template is from a photograph that I took while I was on the island. So, here we go.
And it was Sable Island for people asking.
Sable Island. It was Sable Island, yeah, which is off the coast of Nova Scotia. And it was known as a shipwreck place. It was where all the shipwrecks happened in the 1800s and the early 1900s. And when I was a child, someone had a map. My neighbor, Mrs. Eileen, had a map of the shipwrecks of Sable Island, and I was always fascinated by it. So this fall, my friend Stephanie said that she was going, and she had a tour booked, and there was room. And my friend Denise said that she was going, and I said, let me think about it. And I thought about it for about a week, and I just couldn't get that idea out of my head. And I'm so glad I went. It was just a day trip. But it was really, really beautiful.
At least the helicopter ride.
The helicopter ride was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot of times you were riding right through the clouds. I'd been in a helicopter once before, which the helicopter ride that I took before and this one again really makes you look at the earth from above, like the landscape that you know. So you see it very differently. So I ended up doing a lot of abstract rugs from my first helicopter ride around the Pugwash estuary. I was at a fair in my very first helicopter ride. Like, I think it was like July 1st in Pugwash.
Oh, yeah.
And they had helicopter rides and you paid $150 or something for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I remember seeing them down
And
there.
I was just like, I just really wanted to get up there. So I went, and that just sort of changed the way I saw things, right? And then this one, we did fly over the southern coast of Nova Scotia, but a lot of times you were over water, so you were looking out at the water just to see if you could see a whale or, yeah, it was a great trip. It was a fascinating trip. So the thing I want to talk to, and it was an inspirational trip, I got a lot of inspiration from that. Now, it's not my nature to come back and try to hook whatever I see. I just sort of interpret it the way I interpret it. And I'm not trying to make this look exactly like Sable Island. I'm just doing a rug that was inspired by that, by the being there and what it felt like for me to be there and to be so close to these horses. And they are so beautiful, and so they're wild horses, but you can't go up close to them because Sable Island is a Canadian national park. But you're not allowed to go up close to them, but you actually could. They're very tame, they're very beautiful, they're very, I don't know, like...
Does it say how many there were on the island?
Yeah, there's around 600 horses on the island, Lorna.
That's amazing.
I know, and they've been there since, the Sable Island has been inhabited, I think they said since the 1500s. And so the story goes that a lot of these horses are from shipwrecks, right? But but I don't know if that's completely true. I think that because the island has been inhabited for so long, people also left their horses behind on the island sometimes. And there's only one tree on the island, one pine tree. It's about that high. It's just low, little, Isn't that? And there was a plantation put on the island at one time. They planted thousands of trees, but only this one little tree survived. I find that so interesting. Yeah. I know. Like, how did this one make it? And it's just so windblown, right? It's so everything just blows over.
To be so small as well, right?
I know. Yeah.
Growth to it.
In Newfoundland, they have tuckamores, I think, and they're trees that only grow, they're like a tree, like a big spruce or pine or something, but they grow I think they're called tuckamore. I don't know, I hope I got that right, I'm not sure. But they just grow low, and I think it's the wind. It's the thing that kind of stunts their growth or something. I don't really know, but they kind of grow. It reminded me a lot of Newfoundland, like the smells and the look of things, except for the sand, the colors were different of the water. And, so the one thing I want to tell you about today is the importance of inspiration in your life and the importance of inspiration in my life. And I've created a beautiful new series, and it's called the Inspiration Sessions. And most of them will be at home in my studio with me alone, hooking. Sometimes Angela will be there with us if we're doing something else, if we're adding a little surprise in or something. But the Inspiration Series is a series of monthly videos. They'll be about an hour long. And I'll hook for most of that hour with you. And it's for people who want to grow their intuition around texture, color, design, creativity, who want to get better at rug hooking. It's also for people who want some creative inspiration each month. And I'll share with you the books I'm reading, the things I'm doing, where I'm finding my inspiration and how I'm finding it. And I'll give you suggestions for how to find yours. Sometimes we'll throw in a little activity. I kind of think of it as like the the Harbor 2.0 in a way, like for the people who took the Harbor other years who want that continued inspiration, except for it's one really long video instead of a bunch of small ones. But it isn't, the Harbor, how is it different from the Harbor? Well, the Harbor is more of a course. The inspiration sessions are not a course. They are a time for us to get together, like a quiet little visit in my studio. I think really it'll feel like a one-on-one session with me, like almost like a private lesson, you know? It'll be recorded, so you don't have to show up at a certain time. There's no showing up at 2 o'clock on Thursday or anything like that. You can go anytime you want. It'll be there for you. You join and you get 12 of them. I'm going to put out a fresh one, a new one each month. And I'm planning on making them like the month that I do them so that it's topical and timely and keep it really interesting that way. I think what I want to do in those sessions, in the inspiration sessions, we just put it out on Monday, and right now we have it available until March 10th. We may extend that a bit, I'm not sure, but if you want to, in the inspiration sessions, you can, there's going to be a comment section. And I've got it set up so that the comments are emailed directly to me and I can answer you directly in the comments. So if you have questions about what I talk about in the session, you'll get, I think you'll be able to get, if not, you'll be able to check right on the website and I'll answer you right there. I just put a new app on the inspiration sessions last night that will allow me to communicate directly with you, so that yes, there will be some direct interaction if you want. If you have a question and you want to ask it, I can answer it definitely. And the sessions are really for people who want to grow in their rug hooking. Like I said, if you want to build intuition about what color to use next, what texture to use next, about creativity and design, then I think the intuition sessions, they are kind of like intuition sessions, but they're called the inspiration sessions. And so that would make the inspiration sessions for you. So I really encourage you to join us, join me, because it's not an us thing. It's an hour in the studio with me and the way that I work on my rugs, and I quietly explain, all my choices to you. Like I made the first one the other day. The first one will be out around March. I think around the 20th of March, Angela? We should have the site all set up by then. And
Yep.
And I made the first one the other day, and I felt really like, oh gosh, I just felt like I had a visit with people, and I think people will feel like they had a quiet little visit with me. And so I'm excited about them. The inspiration sessions, it's available now on my website. I sent out an email about it this week, and you'll get it. It'll be included too in our Sunday letters. But if you want to go on and sign up right now, it's $199, which is about $16 a month. For an hour lesson with me in my studio, working quietly and privately on a rug. And like I said, there won't be any surprises. You don't need any supplies. You don't need any, you just work on the project that you're working on. There's no kits or anything like that with it. It's just, that's all it costs. That's the complete cost. You just use your own materials. I need a different color here. And so like when I'm choosing a color, I'll explain to you why I'm choosing that color every little step of the way for a whole hour. And what else about the inspiration sessions, Angela, do we need to let people know about?
Well, I'm really excited to see it because when you came in the other day after filming, you were so excited and inspired by it. So I'm actually looking forward to this series.
Yeah, I think,
even personally for myself.
Yeah, it'll be good for us.
Yeah.
And it's good for me because it makes me look at what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And really, I get inspired by teaching because I came in the other day all hepped up like, oh, I did it and it was beautiful. It's going to be really good.
I know,
and so that's how I felt about it. And for me, there's no point in doing it unless I feel that way. Like, it's just, that's the way it is. So the inspiration sessions, they're on. It's listed under courses on Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio. Right now, it's available till March 10th. We're trying to figure out a way that we can make it available, on an ongoing basis. So, like, we might open up another season later or something. We haven't figured that out. Right now, we're selling it until March 10th, and you join, you get it for a whole year. Then $199, except like we said, it's that whole thing if it's less than one coffee a week, right? And it's true. It's not an expensive thing. So we want you to join me for these private sessions that will feel like a one-on-one session. And of course, we plan to always keep doing our lives. And if you just prefer to do the lives, that's great. But these sessions are going to be pretty awesome. And I shared a book the other day in those sessions that is really, it's kind of one of those books that changes me, and those are the kinds of things that I'm going to be sharing with you. So it's a little bit more intimate, I think, than our.
Deanne, 2 questions.
Yeah.
Will they be able to rewatch the sessions?
Oh yes, you can keep the sessions forever. You're going to get a new password every month. You keep it. Well, as long as our videos are up there, and we can never guarantee, because the whole internet, like, we can't guarantee the internet, but but yes, that's one question Joe answered.
The second question was, somebody's already taken Harvard,
Yeah.
so they wonder if you're going to offer the inspiration sessions next year again.
Well, if they're taking the Harbor this year, I think they've got like, if you just started the Harbor this year, I think you've got lots to keep you busy. Really, I do. Don't you, Angela? There's so much information and content in the Harbor.
Yeah, the Harbor's big.
The Harbor's big. So you don't need to take it this year. We may offer the inspiration sessions, like you may be able to buy Inspiration Sessions 1 or Inspiration Sessions 2. If people like this, we're only committing now to doing from March until next March. But if people like it and lots of people sign up, then yeah, I'll probably keep doing it. But, I'm going to do it for as long as I think it's inspiring you, and as long as it's inspiring me. So I can't say how long I'm going to do it. It's like right now, I couldn't just go make another Harbor 2.0. Like, I'm just not able to. The Harbor is a really special, unique course, and it was built on 20 years of becoming an artist, right? So I can't just go make that again. And right now, I feel like the inspiration sessions, I'm making them now because that's what I think the people who've taken the Harbor other years need. They need that ongoing sustenance. And I also think it's what a lot of my fellow rug hookers who are out there working and creating need. And as long as I feel like it's a good need, I'm going to do it. And we've had quite a few people sign up, and I'm excited about it. I'm interested in it, I guess. I feel like it's like, is it like a baby Harbor?
It's like an evolution from
The Harbor.
From the Harbor,
Yeah,
kinda.
it's like an evolution from the Harbor. Look at her, so good with words.
But once you have the course done,
Yeah.
will you offer this course that you've just done again? What she's wondering. Like, if she's doing the Harbor now,
Yeah.
will you offer the course you're doing now again, maybe next year?
Well, I'm not sure. Like, I think definitely the recorded sessions, like from this
Yes.
March to next March,
Yes.
we'll make that available probably, right?
I think
Yeah.
that's what they're asking.
Yeah, I think that's. Any more questions?
Nope.
Any comments on our Facebook page? Is anyone watching on Facebook? Then we came in such at an odd time.
We have 145.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Welcome. God bless your souls. Thank
Oh,
you.
yay.
And there's 18 on the live.
Oh, great, awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yesterday was the first day of Lent. Are you giving up anything, Lorna? Or are you starting anything?
I haven't thought about it.
No?
I've been busy, so I haven't really thought about it. Did you give up anything?
No, I don't usually give up anything, but sometimes I'm trying to be intentional about something that I'm working on in my heart.
Lorna, did you give up wine?
Yeah.
Lorna gave up wine.
That would be an easy one.
Yeah. No, did you give up anything, Joe?
My
Yeah.
sanity.
What'd you do?
Insanity.
His sanity.
I'm going to be crazy during that whole time period.
You're going to do whatever you want. No, I am working on something during Lent, like something like something deep and personal in my own little heart.
Well,
that I'm
that's what
trying to
I
work
kind of did
through.
last year.
Did you?
Yes, I was just trying
Oh.
to, kind of look inward.
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly you say it, but that's kind of what I did last
So
year.
you kind of looked inward. And did it help?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing. How about you, Angela?
I did dry January. I'm not willing to give anything up right now. That was enough for me. Praise the Lord.
God love you. You got through dry January. Yeah.
More, we got through her.
Yeah, it was more about us, Angela. How did Rich make out during dry January?
Ugh.
So yeah, I've got a little something I'm working on, but we don't have to share everything. All right. So join me for the inspiration sessions. I'm going to encourage you to join because I think it's going to be, I just know it's beautiful. I know I made the first one and I know it's beautiful and you should join me. And I'm going to finish this Sable Island sand. Hopefully I'll have this sand done by next week and we can move into the next section of this rug. I love working on big rugs with you and watching the progress. It's just like fun for me. And of course, I've been hooking at home like a fiend. I know, they don't think, do you guys think I'm working at home when I don't come in till late? A lot of times I don't get in here till 11:30 or 12 o'clock. Or do you think like I'm drinking coffee with my feet up?
No, I know you, so I know you're home hooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we see the piles of rugs coming in.
Coming in, yeah. So look at this. Now that's looking pretty darn good. It does not look like the way Sable Island looked when I got there, but it has all the feeling that I felt when I got there. And that's the best I can do.
Somebody was asking if they're looking the background lower than horses.
No, it just looks like it because of the color. Just looks that way. Okay, let's go over to Joe. Because Joe made something really nice this week. He's really shaking it up. Okay, Joe.
Don't give up rug hooking for singing.
I don't think there's any chance of that.
Make sure you speak up, Joe.
We have a new Hollyhock Collection. It's limited. There's only 24 of them. But I tried to put together the colors.
So, Joe, like if those 24 sell out, are you making 24 more?
No.
Okay.
But I can recommend the yarns and the colors. So if you call, I can tell you once these are gone.
Okay, so 24 of these. You got a Hollyhock collection. This is
Hollyhock.
based on...
This is based on the colors Hollyhocks come in. Because they're not just yellows and pinks. Chatters come in very deep russet browns. They can come in blues. Because hollyhocks are actually a broader base of biennial plants. And they seed down so they act like perennials every year.
So they get all mixed up and come out in different colors? Or?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, they
Oh,
can. And birds
yeah.
pick the seeds and they drop them across the yards in different
Oh,
places so
lovely.
they come up.
Wow,
so this
that's
is
beautiful.
Yeah, so it's a 3-layer box. So I did these in
3-layer box.
It's a
It's like a
3-layer
chocolate box.
It's like a
When you
chocolate
like a
box.
chocolate box, you never get 3-layer chocolate boxes.
Not anymore.
There used to be though?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So we have your classic pinks. We have your yellows. And there's probably about 20 to 24 different textures in here. There's another subdued pinks. Then you have cloth. So these are long strips of cloth.
Yeah.
So that way you can cut them to the size that you would like.
Nice coral, a nice pink.
2 colors of greens for your leaves.
Ooh,
Look at those.
And then inside, now you also have velvet in here
Look
as
how
well.
he wrapped them. Look how he has them wrapped. Is the box going to look like this when they get it?
It will.
It will.
They're
Wow.
all made the same.
Okay.
So you have sari silk in here, some studio dyed. Again, this is the Luscious Plum.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be
that's
nice.
beautiful.
That'd make a nice hat, Joe.
That would be an itchy
Hint,
hat.
hint,
Itchy
hint,
hat.
hint.
This is Noro, which is one of the new products that Deanne brought in. It's a nice lot.
It's got silk in it, the Noro.
Yeah, it'd be great for fine outlining with it. And then this one is also really nice too. This is actually Winter's Brush, and that's New Zealand Twist.
And I love that.
And velvet as well. So you're going to have a good chance of making the textures that you want for a really nice.
This one's velvet and, yeah, hand dyed. I think that's maybe deep poppy.
That's
is it?
deep poppy.
Poppy, yeah.
And that's Antique Rose from
Right.
the Rug Collection.
Okay.
But this way you can choose the hollyhock colors that you want versus someone just saying you only have yellows or pinks, because the garden is very pertinent to who you are, as well as your rugs. So, but it's a fun.
And then we got these dark greens
We have
too,
dark
and
greens.
black. I just
Yeah.
gotta go get something else that Joe brought in for us today. 1 second.
And there's some black in there for outlining as well.
How's your rug coming along, Joe? Your hollyhock rug.
It's going along. I'm working on my greens. Deanne and I were talking about a shading of a green. And while I was putting this together, I actually chose this green, which is a Lana Grand, and it's called cadmium green. It's just a nice lighter tint than what I've been using, so it'll allow the green to pop out from
Yeah,
there.
they'll all look really good together. I just want to show you, when I came in this morning, this was on my desk. There was one on Angela's desk. And I think he laid one on Greg's too. And look what we got.
Everyone got one.
Oh, everyone got one?
Yeah.
Aw. And I'm ripping mine
Except
open.
Lorna.
Look at that.
It's okay.
So Lorna doesn't use it.
Garlic.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh,
And this is what it's like working here. In the summer, you come in and there might be a bouquet of flowers on. So thank you, Joe.
You're
'cause
welcome.
That's what you're like. You're a very gift man. And sometimes there's chocolates, and he buys me white chocolate sometimes, and he's just very thoughtful like that. He's really good like that. It's quite sweet. So thank
You
you.
get what you put out, Deanne. And you're always putting out kindness, so.
Aw, you're really sweet, Joe. I love these. Thanks.
so why did I get one?
Yours has a little lump of coal in it.
That's right.
I was cleaning the litter box again.
You're bad. All right, now there's one more thing to show you, because we did this product because you asked for it. So the rug that had the woman in it, we changed it and we made it a pink garden. It's actually 14 inches by 14 inches. This one is just a tiny bit bigger. So the frame, and you can get it with the white frame or without the white frame, and it is available now as a kit, and it's called Pink Garden.
Garden pinks.
Yeah. Garden Pinks, and this is Joe's Hollyhock Collection. And I gotta hit the road. So I'm really happy that you're here, whether you see me later or you see me earlier. I'm just grateful for you, grateful that we have a beautiful studio that we're able to work in, and that you support it, and I'm grateful for Joe's gifts, and I'm grateful for Lorna and Angela, and
And
being
next
here with
week
me
we'll
this
probably be
morning.
back at regular.
Oh, next week we're going back to regular time. It'll always be Thursdays at 2, but every once in a while, folks, I got something I got to do. Sorry, I have to. Got a little life. See ya. Bless everybody.